Greetings to all comrades and friends. First of all, I pay my tributes to Comrade P. Sundaraiah, whose anniversary 4th memorial lecture I am honored to be delivering 14th memorial lecture in memory of Comrade P. Sundaraiah, who has passed away this day. And Comrade P. Sundaraiah was born also on a very historic day. He was born on 1st May. So I have just scanned through his autobiography, which has been published by National Book Trust. Every leftist, I am saying in the very broadest sense, of any kind, of any hue, radical, right or left, has read or knew about Comrade P. Sundaraiah's epical book, Telangana Armed Struggle and Its Lessons. I think I also must have read it 4 or 5 decades ago. Now it's part of Bhagat Singh archives, because I have given all my collection of revolutionary books and freedom struggle books and set up Bhagat Singh archives in Delhi government's Delhi archives. It's close to JNU. So first my tributes to Comrade P. Sundaraiah, and secondly, since I have come to Hyderabad and in Telangana armed struggle also, who has played a very good role, we cannot forget our poets, our writers, and Hyderabad has a very, very rich leftist Urdu poet, Makhdoom Mahiuddin. So I would like to remember, rather say, Comrade Makhdoom Mahiuddin, who has been an eminent Urdu poet. There are a few Urdu poets who are as revolutionary as Makhdoom Mahiuddin. Faiz Ahmed Faiz, Sahir Ludhianvi, Makhdoom Mahiuddin, these are the tradition of Urdu revolutionary poetry, and Makhdoom Mahiuddin is one of them. In fact, it's the occasion that at least I should recite one of his poems. I have brought his collection of poetry in Hindi. I cannot read Urdu fluently, though I can read a bit. So I would definitely like to, because it's related to our today's lecture also, and you can see the kind of times we are going through. Although it was written in context of freedom struggle, but it's relevant even today, the times we are going through. So I will just recite this. Jange Azadi. ये जंग है जंगे आज़ादी, आज़ादी के परचम के तले हम हिंद के रहने वालों की, महकूमों की, मजबूरों की, आज़ादी के मतवालों की, दहकानों की, मजदूरों की, दहकान किसानों और मजदूरों की जंग है ये जंग है जंगे आज़ादी, आज़ादी के परचम के तले। सारा संसार हमारा है, पूरब पश्चिम उत्तर दक्षिण, हम अफरंगी, हम अफ्रीकी, हम चीनी, हम जांबाज़े वतन, सब सुर्ख सिपाही, जुल्म शिकन, शाहन आहन पैकर, फौलाद बदन, ये जंग है जंगे आज़ादी, आज़ादी के परचम के तले। वो जंग ही क्या, वो अमन ही क्या, दुश्मन जिससे नाराज न हो, वो दुनिया क्या होगी जिस दुनिया में सुराज न हो, अपना राज न हो। ये आज़ादी क्या, मजदूर का जिसमें राज न हो। एंड ये जंग है जंगे आज़ादी, आज़ादी के परचम के तले। लो सुर्ख सवेरा आता है, आज़ादी का गुलनार तराना गाता है, आज़ादी का देखो परचम लहराता है, आज़ादी का ये जंग है, जंग आज़ादी, आज़ादी के परचम के तले. So I think it will be most appropriate. Now I am coming to Bhagat Singh. Since today's lecture is on the relevance of his politics or ideas, I would briefly describe you that Bhagat Singh was known and projected also for a long time as a fierce nationalist, fearless revolutionary. But his ideas were never projected or presented. Although in his lifetime he has been writing in 4 languages. He wrote in Hindi, Punjabi, Urdu and English. Also, he knew Bengali, Sanskrit, and while he was going to gallows in jail, he was learning Persian. He had the Persian, book with him. And he was reading Lenin's reminiscences the day he was taken to gallows. And he has asked the jailer who has come to fetch him that, stop, let a revolutionary meet another revolutionary. Then he read the few lines more and, folded the page, and then he went to gallows. And Punjabi revolutionary poet has very poetically described that today's youth has to read the folded page by Bhagat Singh to make the revolution. Means that youth must read Lenin or say revolutionary literature to accomplish the revolution in India, which is the unfinished task of Bhagat Singh's ideas. Now, just briefly more telling you that till 70s, Bhagat Singh was known only as fierce nationalist, fearless revolutionary, very radical, person. But after 70s, his writings start coming. Although Comrade Ajay Ghosh has written his reminiscences, Sohan Singh Josh has written his reminiscences, Comrade Shiv Verma has written his reminiscences, but these were Bhagat Singh's comrades. And in academics, Professor Bipin Chandra of Jawaharlal Nehru University, he first wrote about Bhagat Singh, introducing Why I Am an Atheist, that Bhagat Singh was a Marxist, or at least he was a Marxist in the making. You can say that. So definitely he introduced, after the introduction of Bipin Chandra in academics and in also in general society, Bhagat Singh was taken seriously, slowly, as an ideologue. Then his writings start publishing in different languages. And the first collection came, say, in 73 or 74. His niece brought out his writings in Hindi. Then Amarjit Chandran Punjabi brought out his writings in Punjabi. Comrade Shiv Verma brought out his writings in English and Hindi. And I took up that task. And then I found by now 130 writings. Rather, I have found by till now 135 writings. So 130 writings were published in single volume by HarperCollins, international publisher, the Bhagat Singh Reader. And also so many in Hindi in 4 volumes. In Marathi and Urdu, complete writings of Bhagat Singh have been published by now. What I want to introduce another collection. Till now, Bhagat Singh was a national figure. But with the publishing of his writings and by publishers like HarperCollins and Leftward, slowly and slowly it has trickled down as a part of world revolutionary movement. Now Bhagat Singh is taken in the tradition of Che Guevara, and Bhagat Singh, they are taken in the same tradition. So Che Guevara is a revolutionary hero of South America, and Bhagat Singh is a revolutionary hero of not only India, of South Asia, or you can say the whole world's revolutionary movement. And recently, Monthly Review, which is the world's most famous leftist journal, published from 1949. That is published from New York. It has a monthly review press. It publishes book also. The first time the international editions of the political writings of Bhagat Singh, it is edited by me and monthly review editor Michael D. Yates. So Michael D. Yates and myself has brought this edition. This is published in India by Leftward Publications and in New York by Monthly Review Press. So internationally now Bhagat Singh is recognized as a revolutionary hero. Not only revolutionary hero, but as an ideologue. So I think I will speak about his ideas after wonder that how just at the age of 23, some people question also, one could write so deeply, so ideologically. Now, this human talent depends on the circumstances in which a personality grows. Bhagat Singh was born in a freedom fighters family. His father, his uncle Ajit Singh, his uncle Swaran Singh. Swaran Singh, it was a rich family. It was like, I was reading P. Sundar's autobiography. It was a big farmer's family house. So Bhagat Singh was also born in a rich farmer's house. But his father and his two uncles, they were all freedom fighters. They were inside the jail. In the house, they were getting journals, etc. So Bhagat Singh's personality was growing from the very early childhood. So, and I will give another example. World over, you have examples of people who, in their very young age, has written such deep philosophical things. If the old comrades will be remembering, Progress Publishing in Moscow used to bring out 4 volumes in 50s. They have brought out selected philosophical writings of Belinsky, Dobrolyubov, etc. Dobrolyubov was just 25-year-old, and his selected philosophical writings collected by, published in English translation by Progress Publishing, it is 500 pages. So 500 pages of Dobrolyubov in pre-revolutionary stage. It was before the Soviet revolution, socialist revolution. So that way, Bhagat Singh's social conditions, family conditions were such that he grew into maturity very fast. But his first writing was in the age of 16 years when he wrote Punjab ki Bhasha aur Lipi ki Samasya. So that he wrote at the age of just 16 years. And Vish Prem, Universal Love, he wrote at the age of just 17 years. So that way, by the time he was going to gallows, he was not bothered about he's going to gallows. Because a day before, his friend and lawyer, Pranath Mehta, had come. He has read about a book by Lenin, somewhere review. So he asked, you bring that book for me, so I want to read. So next day, his execution was scheduled for 24th March morning. And British has preponed it to 23rd March evening, 12 hours before. No, there is no example in the world where a prisoner or a convict has been executed in the evening time. Bhagat Singh is the only person who they have been. Now, next morning when Pranath Mehta, Bhagat Singh didn't ask anything. He didn't talk much to him. He said, have you brought my book? He said, yes. So he gave him book. He was asking questions. He was just started reading. So he wanted to complete the book. It was known that 24th morning they will be hanged. But by the time they read few pages, so some jailer came and told that you have to go today. Now, what I mean to say is that his ideology was the basis of Ajay Ghosh was part of Bhagat Singh's movement. He was comrade of Bhagat Singh. But all admit the kind of magnetic personality Bhagat Singh had. He would have led the communist movement in India had he remained alive. And British colonialism was bound to hang him by hook or crook that communist movement should not be strong in India. Such issues on which Bhagat Singh wrote in those days and which are in today's politics, disturbing Indian society, like anything. And for the last 10 years or so, the Indian social atmosphere has gone so deteriorated. The seeds of fascism are all around. I was just referring about Urdu poets. I was just reading today on social media. You know what has happened, I think, in Hyderabad or somewhere, where Karachi bakery was attacked. I was roaming around Hyderabad. On the airport, there is Karachi bakery. On the city, I have seen Peshawar restaurant. No, would people start this fascist kind of people? Would they come and attack these restaurants and all that? What happened is one place, someone, Veera Sathidar has been a very famous theatre person or film person. His anniversary was being, celebrated, and some people were singing, including his wife, Faz song. These people, fascist people, attacked those people that Faz is a Pakistani. Why you are singing a Pakistani song or Pakistani poet song? Now you tell Faz Ahmed Faz, can you bound him to the Pakistan or India? Can you bound Bhagat Singh to Pakistan or India? They are world poets, world revolutionaries. They belong to every nation. They belong to humanity. So this is the kind of thing which is happening. Bhagat Singh wrote there were riots, very severe riots in 1924 in Kohat. Kohat is in the now Pakistan area near Peshawar. There were very huge riots. He wrote 2 essays about those riots in 1927 and 1928, which are included in many books, including my books. One was the religion and our freedom struggle, and other was mazhabi fasadat और उनका इलाज, माने communal riots and its resolve. Now those things are happening. We are seeing in our own eyes what are happening. And one sentence, if I say on my own, I will be lynched on the roads if I say it outside. But I am quoting you Bhagat Singh. You can read in Telugu, you can read in English, you can read in Hindi. इन धर्मों ने हिंदुस्तान का बेड़ा गर्क कर दिया. These are Bhagat Singh's exact words written on the Kohat riots which has happened. Now in 27 he is writing, and in 2025, 100 years later, 98 years later, what are we facing? Same thing. That time people were cutting each other's necks, and today any innocent person on the road can be lynched just in the name of a Muslim, in the name of some different person. So then he wrote very seriously about it, that these are the problems which our freedom struggle has to face, which Congress party didn't face exactly. Congress was main political party. Congress has been, inclusive of all trends, rightist, leftist, all kind of trends. I remember even, I don't know Bhagat Singh has written or not, but perhaps I have read in some reference. On Congress platforms, in public meetings, there were sort of ayats of Quran read, or some Hindu scripture read, or such kind of scripture. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru has objected to that. I think Maulana Zafar Ali has recited some ayat. So he said, no, this is a secular platform. This is not a religious platform. You must not recite religious scriptures, whether of Hinduism, whether of Islam, Sikhism, whatever. So on secular platform, you must not recite. So this is what Bhagat Singh also pleads, that religion is your personal affair. You believe in whichever religion you might, but it's inside your house. It's not on the roads. On the roads, Ghadar party was a best example of that, because Bhagat Singh has adopted the Ghadar party's traditions. It has Ghadar party, which was formed in USA in 1913. Baba Son Singh Bhakna was its president, and many of the comrades of the Gadar party have come directly into communist movement. By Santokh Singh, he has brought out Kirti magazine, this Peasants and Workers Party, Kirti Kisan Party, that came out of that Gadar movement. And many of the Gadar movement people and Naujawan Bharat Sabha movement had joined own Congress Socialist Party inside the Congress. So left, even Mudri was part of that Congress Socialist Party. Now he says that you must keep in Gadar Party platforms. There was no, although meetings were sometimes held in Gurdwaras, but not for religious purpose. That was for a kind of, I have been visiting America also, I have seen, it's a kind of community hall purpose, and there you talk about your politics movement and your revolutionary movement. So, and Bhagat Singh is a Naujawan Sabha, I give you another example. This Naujawan Bharat Sabha, which was set up by Bhagat Singh and his comrades in 1924, 1926, these are little dispute about it. So, what they used to do, they used to have community lunches. Community lunches, how they will do community lunches? Women and men both, all religious kind of people, Hindu, Sikhs, Muslim, whosoever, women and men both, and all so-called caste structure, high caste, lower caste, whatever, they will cook together. All communities, Hindu, Sikh, Muslim, women, men, cook together and serve together. There is a common service to the people. And their only difference was, there were two kind of, eating lines. One was for non-vegetarians, one was for vegetarians. There was nothing against non-vegetarians. They had openly, Saifuddin Kichlu, the great Congress leader, has participated in that lunch. He has joined one such community lunch, because that way they wanted to bring social harmony and social closeness. So all communities, if there is a difference, there is a difference of class. There is no difference of, as a human being, all human beings are equal. Men and women are equal, and all caste people are equal. So you must eat together, cook together. You must not make any distinction between human beings. So this is what they used to do. That is what he has been pleading in his communal riots also. That communal riots hit our freedom struggle like anything. If communal riots continue, we cannot achieve our freedom. So he was so far-sighted. So other thing was the caste issue. So he wrote a very powerful essay, the issue of untouchability, Achut Samasya. This is a very interesting fact to know that our Dalit community, our Dalit brethren do not accept any non-Dalit person as their hero. They accept only Dr. Ambedkar, they accept Periyar, they accept Mahatma Phule, but they accept Bhagat Singh, which in social terms was a non-Dalit. Why? Because in that Achut Samasya, Bhagat Singh wrote, you are the lions. He addresses the Dalit community that you are the lions. Snatch your rights, not beg your rights. And he was more radical than Dr. Ambedkar by telling them, because Dr. Ambedkar believes in the peaceful kind of acquiring the rights. Long struggle through long peaceful struggle to acquire the rights. But Bhagat Singh, inspires them to fight for it, snatch it. These are your rights. So this is the kind of thing, because that's why you in South, in Chennai, etc., you will find even among students, Periyar, Ambedkar, Phule, Bhagat Singh union or forums. There is one non-Dalit in three names, because he wrote so strongly for them. And there is a story also, which is a true story, that in jail, there was a Dalit employee so he used to come for cleaning, etc. And Bhagat Singh used to call him Bebe, mother. So he took it a little offense. So why you call me baby? Well, Bhagat Singh used to, very close to prisoners in the jail. So he used to ask him to sit on his own cot. Because in jail, sometimes some prisoners might be getting caught, but most of the prisoners have floor only. So he will make him sit close to him and talk to him, talk about his family. So he said, why are you talking me, baby? So he said, listen, that it's mother who cleans children's shit, and you are the one who cleans shit of the human beings. So your status is of mother. So he was so emotional that he started bringing. And in the when he was going to gallows, when the jailer had asked him, "What is your last wish?" So he said, "I want to eat roti from Bebe." So first they didn't understand what is he meaning Bebe. So then he named him that मैं उसके हाथ की रोटी खानी है मुझे. So he was told. So he was crying. How can I, prepare food for high caste people? For it's a backward consciousness in the Dalits also that they think they are lower people. They cannot serve high people. So he said, no, I want to have your cooked food only. So that's why, but it was a kind of tragedy. There has been plays written on it. There has been plays written on this incident in many languages, in Punjabi. So he cooked food, but he was thinking that Bhagat Singh was hanged on 24th morning. But he was taken from his cell around 4, 5 o'clock. So he couldn't eat his. But he showed his concern. So that makes his writings as well as his conduct dear to the Dalit community everywhere. We can talk about, but since keeping the time constraints in view, I will speak on 2, 3 more things. One thing is what Bhagat Singh told the youth and students to do. What is their duty? He wrote in 1929 there was Punjab Student Conference in Lahore, and that was presided over by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. And from jail, Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Dutt sent a message for the Punjab Student Conference, so which was read by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on the dais. That conference was covered in 7 pages in the Tribune of Lahore in those days. It is a short letter, but he said to the youth, to the students, that we cannot ask you to take to bombs and pistols today. We want you to go to factories, to the farms, and organize farmers and workers into mass organizations. So there must be radical mass organizations of farmers, peasants, workers, and they should become a big force, and they can, by their radical mass movement, can bring the task of freedom closer. So this was a kind of Bhagat Singh message to the youth, and because generally this is said that Bhagat Singh was a man of bombs and pistols. So he clearly says that we do not ask youth today to take to bombs and pistols. We want them to go to farms, to the factories, and to make farmers and workers aware of their rights, aware of their freedom struggle, and organize them on radical basis, mass organizations. And that mass organization should contribute to the achieving freedom of the country. In another small essay which was published in Kirti, Students and Politics, Vidyarthi or Rajniti, then he gives example that some of their professors, one of them was one very famous Punjabi playwright also, Ishwar Chandra Nanda, that tell students that don't take part in politics. You have come here to study, which is the same thing which is going on in so many universities today also. It's again relevant today also, that Ashoka University and so many things, this is every day it's happening. So you don't take part in politics, you concentrate on your study, and That is your task only. Now then Bhagat Singh writes in that education is not only for getting degrees. Education means the whole development of personality. Education means teaching students to become good citizens of the country. Now, how a student will become a good citizen if he is not aware, if he needs to learn politics also. Only by learning politics he can become a good citizen and then choose what kind of politics he or she has to do. So you cannot, those, what of their professors were telling, so he was telling that this is not true. What some professors or some parents tell their children, that just concentrate on your study, just to take care of your exams and don't take part in politics. So he clears it that education is the development of whole personality. It's not just getting a degree of diploma or something. So you have to become good citizen. So how you will become good citizen? When you know the politics and society's other matters. So that way he gives this clear-cut message to students to do take part in politics. That's why student union are formed, SFI is formed, or ISA is formed, or ASF is formed, all kind of NSY is formed, even rightist people form, ABVP, they form. So, but Bhagat Singh wants to make them know what is good politics. So, as per I can understand from Bhagat Singh writing, so Bhagat Singh would never have approved ABVP kind of student politics, because that student politics is very narrow and very hateful. But he would have definitely, uphold SFI, ISA kind of politics, which take your movement to the masses, to the workers, to the peasants. So this is another thing, and I think how much time I should take more? You can take another 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Oh, then I can. No, then there is a very important political message which Bhagat Singh wrote in a very serious. I will tell about two things. One is Bhagat Singh wrote about the concept of revolution. What is the concept of revolution? He deals this issue in two of his major writings. One is 6th June 1929 Session Court Statement. Now, Bhagat Singh was first arrested in assembly bomb case. On 8th April 1929, they had threw bomb in Delhi. Today's parliament, not today's parliament. Today's parliament has become Central Vista. Prior to that, that was called Central Assembly. That was built in 1927. So in 1929 they threw a bomb, which they have raised two slogans in clubs: Zindabad, Samrajyabad ka Nash. Now when they were arrested and their case was going on, the judges were very upset. So because whenever they will go to court, there were only two, Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Dutt, they will keep on shouting slogans: Inqilab Zindabad, Samrajyabad ka Nash. Then they might be sometimes singing some revolutionary song also. So at one time the judge got irritated. He said, तुम रोज मेरी कोर्ट में आके इनकलाब जिंदाबाद करते हो, क्या मतलब है इनकलाब का? What does it mean? So then Bhagat Singh told very coolly, and it's very interesting that he said, by revolution we mean not the change of leaders, not the change of hands from white hands to brown hands or black hands. We want a complete overhauling the system, complete revolutionary. We want to build a new system where there is no exploitation of man by man. That is the exact words which he quote. Actually, Asif Ali was their counsel lawyer, and then it's a statement. I will give another example. This statement is, I always compare it with Fidel Castro's statement when Fidel Castro first revolution was failed, and he was convicted, he and his brother Raul Castro. Then the statement which Castro gave is called "History will absolve me." So "History will absolve me" is the most famous political statement in the world, and although he didn't spend 15 years in jail, he was released after 2-3 years, and then they accomplished the revolution. Bhagat Singh's and that actually writing was mostly by Bhagat Singh, but whether it has been going with the other comrades' name, that apart. So that is in the name of Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Dutt, which was submitted by Asif Ali in the court. When Asif Ali submitted in the court, the judge said that boy, even an undergraduate boy, which is not even a graduate, cannot write such kind of English. How it might have been written by you. So he said, Asif Ali, जनाब मैंने तो जैसा उन्होंने मुझे जेल से पढ़ाया मैंने आपके पास रख दिया और I have not changed even a comma in it. But then when another historian I was telling you in the light mood, V.N. Datta, so he wrote a book Gandhi and Bhagat Singh. So he imagined that this, since Jawaharlal Nehru was close to these people, or at least Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose, they were both close to revolutionaries. And he imagined that this statement might have been drafted by Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, and then passed on to Bhagat Singh, then it was passed on to judge. So, but it's a fact that is, the statement was by Bhagat Singh. And he clears this thing. Then again, Modern Review was a very, respected weekly from Calcutta. Raman Chatterjee was its editor. He is also a very respected person. Mahatma Gandhi, Tagore, Subhash Chandra Bose, all these people used to publish in Modern Review. So in one of the editorials, Modern Review editor, made a fun of this word revolution. But the young boys are talking revolution, revolution. What is revolution? So then Bhagat Singh wrote a letter to Ramanand Chatterjee, which was published by the Tribune in December sometime. So he wrote, we respect you greatly, but you have asked what we mean by revolution. We want to explain. So he explained the same way he explained to the court that by revolution we mean the complete overhauling of the society. We want to smash this system of exploitation, and we want to build a new system based on the labor of people, and people get the fruits of their labor directly to them. It was not exploited by feudals or capitalists, etc. So that's how he explained this concept of revolution, that by revolution, actually he is actually saying whatever Karl Marx has said about revolution in his own words. I think you can, I will focus on two last writings of Bhagat Singh. One is Letter to Young Political Workers. This he wrote on 2nd February 1931, just 1 month and 20 days before his hanging. And one last letter he wrote to his comrades on 22nd March, a day before his hanging. But I will not refer to that, but I will refer to 3 days before, on 20th March, he wrote a letter addressed to Lieutenant Governor of Punjab. So, Letter to Young Political Workers is the most essential writing of Bhagat Singh, because in that letter he gives a total program of Indian Revolution, how Indian Revolution has to be made, and it's a long letter. It has to be basis on organizing mass organizations. Workers' organization, peasant organization, youth organization, women organizations, all organizations have to be organized at masses level, and they have to be radical mass movements. And these, then there must be an organization, which Lenin has written sometime, that one needs a communist party. Bhagat Singh doesn't mention the word communist party, but he mentions the need of an organization to make the revolution. Unless you have an organization, with the masses organization behind you, only then you can make a revolution. Then he gives even a program that if we accomplish revolution, we will take this steps. How we will smash feudalism, how will we smash capitalism. So they are, one can say seed ideas, but you cannot say it's a complete kind of like Lenin, not the level of Lenin, but the seed ideas, how the revolution has to be accomplished. So that sense, that letter to young political workers is very important. In that very letter, he also refers to Mahatma Gandhi. So he refers to Mahatma Gandhi in a respectful manner. कि महात्मा जी जो है ना वो he respects him, that we should learn from him how to make mass organization, how to make masses follow us, how to earn the faith of masses, because he knew that Gandhi is a mass leader. So Gandhi, lakhs of people follow Gandhi. So he wanted to learn the art of impressing masses from Gandhi. But then he said, Gandhi's all ideas are khayali plot. They are just illusion. They are not practical. There is nothing practical for the workers of country, for the peasants of country. Only thing is they are idealist kind of thing, because in the later studies, Gandhi was in favor of trusteeship, that all the big capitalists should act as the trustees of the people, and they should distribute all their wealth to the people. Has any capitalist did this till today? Or has anything Congress party tried for it? That these all Birlas and Tatas and today's Ambani and Ambanis, they should act as trustees and just distribute all their wealth to the workers and peasants? No one does. So that's why he knew that Gandhi's ideas, he is an idealist, and his all ideas are for workers and peasants, they are illusions. So they are not practical. But he wanted to learn how to impress masses. That he wanted to learn from Gandhi. So that sense, this is a very important letter to young political workers, which political activists should, read very carefully and follow it also. And the last letter which I want to mention is that he wrote to Lieutenant Governor. It's a small letter. That India and British colonialism, we are at war with each other. So when you are at war with each other, then you treat your political prisoners by shooting them, not by hanging them. So since we have been convicted being waging a war against British colonialism, so we are war criminals in your terms, in British colonial terms. So as colonial power, you are to take our lives, but then you take our lives in a dignified manner of a political prisoner. So as war prisoner, you should send your military detachment and they should shoot us. This letter is generally in viral, like in the title, shoot us. So that way, actually here comes his image of fierce, and very fearless revolutionary who could see in the eyes of the enemy, which was British colonialism. So, and I always used to tell that in that game of eye contact, British colonialism, uski aankhein jhuk gayi. They had to bow their eyes, and Bhagat Singh's eyes stood apart, and he won in that game. So that's the message. One has to learn the fearlessness also from Bhagat Singh. One has to learn how to live a dignified life and dying dignifiedly. So in these days, these are such a bad times. Sometimes I say whether British times were such bad or today's time is much bad. It's very, sometimes old people might be seeing that they might not have seen such state oppression of the people as we are seeing today. So we need Bhagat Singh's ideas today in a very appropriating way. and practicing. Bhagat Singh never, he says very clearly that I was never a terrorist except for the first few phase of my time. When some revolutionary actions were taken before the formation of HSRA, Hindustan Socialist Republican Army, which was formed on 8th and 9th September 1929 in Firozshah Kotla ground, when they added the socialist word in the earlier organization, Hindustan Republican Army, and when they had the Kakori rail dacoity on 9th August 25. So he was learning from experience. He was saying that when we, even Ashfaqullah, who was hanged in that Kakori case, Ashfaqullah also has warned that if we conduct these kind of dacoities, British colonialism will smash our organization. And Bhagat Singh learned from this that when we go into such actions, then we invite, such repression. Our power or our strength is not equal to the enemy's strength. So we have to grow our strength and our power. That will come only through mass awareness, mass organization. When masses are with us, then we can, when we come on balance, then we can take a radical fight with the enemy. But till the time we are not strong enough, so we invite repression. So that's why in this sense, one has to learn from Bhagat Singh politically all aspects. His fearlessness as well as his patience also, and a sort of long-term, sort of achievements. So we are going through a very bad times. I think sometimes when people say that within 10 years there will be revolution, never comes. Revolution, I don't know, nobody can, predict that. In fact, it's Lenin's very famous quote. I do not exactly quote that revolution cannot come a day before or a day after. So you have to choose in such a way. Your organization has to become such objective assessing force which can assess that this is the time to strike. So Lenin struck at the right time and he made the revolution. So Bhagat Singh didn't get that chance. But Bhagat Singh had this consciousness. He knew that we know when to strike and we should learn when to strike. I think I will stop here and I will just lastly, Hyderabad emotional connect. Me and Comrade Arun Kumar were together in All India Peace and Organization in Vietnam in 1929. From there I got this cap, peace. So the last word I want to say that we need peace. We want revolutionary wars, but with peace. At this moment also there is all kind of tensions around and in neighbors and all that. Where also we need peace. And I would like to present this my book to President of Shout Slogans. But seeing the response of Hyderabad people, I would lastly say Bhagat Singh slogan, Inqilab Zindabad.